Just an anecdote for everyone. I remember one father who has a young boy at the age of 4 years old. That boy is very playful. Every time he enters his playroom, he would take something and focus on this to play. So one day, this good father who wanted to know what will be the profession of his son placed several things in that stethoscope, thinking that if this boy will take interest in that stethoscope, yes, he will be a doctor. Books, several books were also placed inside the playroom, so that if the boy will read these books, then he will become a professor or a teacher. Money, bills, and coins likewise were spread in the table of the playroom, supposing that the boy will take these coins and bills, that boy will become a businessman or a banker. And then, of course, some fruits also there in the playroom, thinking that if this boy will take the fruits and foods, he will become a nutritionist, an agriculturist, even an restaurant entrepreneur. So after placing all these things in the playroom, he waited for an hour for his son, a 4-year-old boy, to go inside the playroom. And indeed, the boy went inside the playroom, and after just 30 minutes, the father was already very curious to look what is happening inside that playroom. And when he opened the door of that playroom, he was surprised to see his boy. The stethoscope was in his neck. He was eating the fruits and reading the books. He looked at the money bills and coins. All of them are already in his pocket. The father was surprised and said, "Oh my God, my son is a lawyer." My son is a lawyer, a jack of all trades. Tama? Yes, sir. But my dear lawyers to be, the practice of law is a noble calling. Some would even consider it as the noblest profession. But do not forget, this privilege has its obligation. I entreat you to discharge as member profession, keeping in mind the concept noblesse obliges. This is a French expression embodying the principle that nobility obliges. As lawyers, you will acquire a position materially different from that of other men and women. You have the opportunity to make the law better by engaging in law reform, and to make your clients better by acting as advisors to awaken them to the public dimension of their activities and steer clients in the direction of the public good, rather than solely acting for self-interest. Be motivated by altruism, a purely selfless sentiment for the public good. In the true spirit of the French expression noblesse oblige, my justice, and equity, and sometimes disregard that rule, dura lex, sed lex. We cannot apply that rule blindly because once the reason for the existence of the law itself ceases. The lawyers know this best. For the rest of class 2022, sorry po, medyo nag-concentrate tayo sa mga College of Law graduates. But for the rest of class 22, the journey that commences today will take you into a new and changing world. One of the things most often said to university students on their graduation day is that they must now prepare to face the real world. You should be glad to hear. But I'm not going to tell you, but as someone who has been living and working in the real world for a long time, I will tell you, the world is now a different place. Paradigm has shifted with innovated nuances. We live in difficult times and we are confronted with complex issues. And yet, it is a privilege to have the opportunity to be part of the solution, the chance to make a difference, and the honor to serve the public interest. Give back at least in equal measure what you were fortunate to receive in this institution. With the degree you earn today, you become stewards of our most vital institutions. This duty is not only for law graduates, but for everyone. All of you have a responsibility to protect the rule of law and the core values substantiated in our Constitution. This will not be easy. The world is a tumultuous and unpredictable place, and the very foundation of democratic institution will sometimes be shaken. But these are precisely the times when society will turn to you, young professionals, most urgently. With your idealism, vision, and dedication, you must help in closing the gaps between what is and what should be, and contribute to the progress and development of our country. At this point, I wish to emphasize, this is your opportunity to take initiative and be courageous. My dear graduates, nobody can tell you more that this is how it's always done. Nobody can tell you anymore that this is how it is always been done. You have more role models